Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next series here. You're watching the Intel Extreme Masters Shanghai North America Qualifier Stage 2. These players are seated directly into Stage 2 because they are based gods. Speaking of based gods, in the bottom right, we have the red, green, excuse me, my ability to tell colors is apparently not working today, is Puck. He's a Protoss. He's cool. He's from Minnesota / North Dakota. And he's a good friend of mine. He's facing off against another guy I actually quite like, who is super tall. I didn't even realize that really until the last event I was at. Representing Storm Gaming, he's a Red Terran. He is Ruff. If you don't know, then you better know, because his name's Ruff and he will destroy you. He plays really weird builds pretty much every single game. That's kind of his thing. I'm expecting to see really weird stuff out of Ruff in this series. Yeah, because that's just how Ruff plays, right? I mean, he's NGB blocking Puck's natural to block his expansion. By the way, Ruff went gas first, so he's gonna be able to start a factory as soon as this barracks is done. So he eBay blocks. Puck goes to take his third up here because, well, piss off, Ruff. And now, I love watching people play Ruff. I hate playing against Ruff. And it's nothing personal. I've told Ruff this in person at DreamHack Austin. I'm like, you know what, man? Your games are great to cast, but goddamn, is it so frustrating playing against you because I never know what the hell is going on. And he's just opening up with a tech lab on his barracks. Like, I thought this was going to be a fast factory. No, it's a stim rush. He's rushing stim. Okay. Puck puts a pylon by the rocks. He's going to send his SCV down. It looks like he wants to expand. Yeah, he starts a command center, and Puck's just like, okay, maybe a concussive shell. I don't know. I mean, it's not a Marauder. It is stim. Puck's going to chrono out Warp Gate now. But this is just, it's just so strange. So Puck has an Adept on the way. I already am confused about this match, to be honest. So, anyway, yeah. I was actually considering, I was thinking about going to cast this event, actually. I've never been to Shanghai before. I kind of want to. It's, I've heard China is very different, but, these guys, actually, I think Puck was one of the players that's had a lot of success in China. Puck had some pretty good results at the GPL, the Gold Series Invitational or whatever. Roddy was there casting. I remember watching. That was the game where he got up to the quarters, or the semis, I think, and he lost to Harstam. And he pretty much lost the entire series on one disruptor shot that killed all of his disruptors on Laralac Crest, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So, Adept is going to come up and scout, and is like, oh, okay, it's a stim rush. Unusual, unorthodox. This is about as fast as your human being is going to get stim. So, that's cool. Yeah. And I like that this Adept is just trying to continue to get vision. Robo, more gateways, Dank Shrine. I guess he's expecting Ruff to be limited in terms of his economy, but he also needs units that can defend his spread out bases. So, would not be surprised to see a little bit of the aggression going both sides, with the Dark Templar and the really fast stim kind of counteracting each other. But also Blink. Puck's known for being a player that really likes to get Blink Stalkers. Puck really likes Blink Stalkers in most matchups. In fact, if I recall correctly, in his series against Masa at DreamHack Tour, he literally only built Blink Stalkers and Disruptors. Of course, he didn't literally only build those. I'm speaking figuratively. He, as far as army composition goes, he generally loves that setup. I also find it interesting that he's kind of had this super delayed third base. When you really think about it, like, you'd be already going up to 3 bases normally on this map. He's floating his factory over. Okay, well, that's an interesting choice. So, factory floats over, but Puck's got a Warp Prism. He's got a Dark Shrine. 2 DTs. There's a missile turret. There's Marines. They have stim. I think this should be a pretty easy defense for Ruff. Maybe if Puck could split out one... Oh, right as the medevacs leave the base, you gotta turn that around. Turn it around town. Now, if he scans, he gets both DTs with one scan. That's actually really nice. So, Ruff. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, 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 no. Missile turret. All right. Really, really good hold by Ruff then. So, I actually think that's phenomenal by Ruff. Really solid defense there. And now he's just going to pick up. He's going to float across the map. This factory could actually block this natural area. Another warp prism is on the way. But, rough start for Puck. Factory sees the army. He's going to block this base from being taken. He's like, nope. So Prism's going to make its way across, but there's no pylon here. So everything's just going to run. I think Ruff might just kill him. Warps in a defensive Dark Templar and another one. That one gets canceled. So Stalkers come up. There's the scan. Kills the DT. Blink Stalker's not doing it. Mothership Core taken down. All right, all right. So Adept's tank a good bit. Ruff is saturated as natural now, mostly. And Puck is going to get to work on this factory. Oh, I guess he wanted to build a Widow Mine to block it. Is there an observer for Puck on the map? Nah, it's not that far away. It's okay. Letting it finish, I think, is a bit silly. Well, it's actually going to burrow. Is it going to kill something, too? Okay, that was not what I expected to happen. So, really weird game then already. Puck going into Immortals. I like Immortals. Cannons to deal with any madness that Ruff may bring is also good. We have another double medevac drop. This isn't fully loaded, though. This is like 1.5, yeah. That was the original. I guess there was a drop here that got shut down pretty hard. He goes into the main base. 2 pylons overcharged in the dead of night. Actually, just 1. And there's a defensive DT, but Ruff actually kills it really quickly. He's actually been quite good with his scans in this game. So the Immortal shows up, and he's like, you know what? He's like, Puck this. I'm going to fly out of here. Photon cannons are annoying. But he's blocking this base now, too, with that Widow Mine. So this is just super annoying for Puck. This is a pretty awkward game to be in right now. Wait, where'd the SCVs go? Did I miss something? Okay, Puck apparently just killed a bunch of SCVs, and let's just pretend Nathanius is a better observer than he actually is. You all thought I was a bad observer going into this match, so really it's impossible to disappoint you if you expect it to be bad. A lot of Marines from Ruff. He's not playing around when it comes to the number of bio units he's got. I mean, Puck could always knock down the rocks and buy himself a little bit more time. He's going to try to do that. Force fields are pretty solid, but the Marines managed to run past them. Triggers both the Immortal shields. One Immortal goes down. The second one gets picked off, and it's just a ton of Marines and not a Marauder shooting at these Stalkers, but Stalkers are good units. Tasteless picking off the majority of these forces. Overcharges the little choke prior to that spot, but probes are going to come off the line. One of the photon cannons is unpowered. Marines with medevac healing are so strong. And he's almost got enough energy to overcharge again. He has it. Puck can overcharge this pylon again if he wants to. Stalkers take some shots. Medevacs are going to make their way out. And Ruff getting some work done. But Puck has that third on the way at last. And 2 more Adepts are going to be warped in to harass Ruff's mineral line. I was hoping I didn't miss that again. So Ruff starts up his third base. Let's look at the upgrades. 1-1 versus nothing. So Puck actually, he has 2 forges, but he hasn't started any upgrades. That's going to make these Marines super, super strong. I mean, I guess it benefits the Marauders as well, because they're 2 attacks, which are theoretically worse normally. But if you have an upgrade advantage like this, then the Marauders double shot is great. Look at this. He's like, I'd rather cancel my almost finished third than have to run my units back to defend. That's pretty ballsy, I'd say. So now that Warp Prism's just going to make its way towards the other base. I mean, the Observer sees his army, and the rocks got knocked down, so you got to kill some rocks if you want to change your socks. He's broken down both rocks. The Adepts try to be annoying as possible in that base. Don't think it got too much more. Just 2 SCVs. So Ruff is going to step up now towards Puck's third base. Puck has a respectable army, but that's a lot of Marauders. Picks off the pylon. That is overcharged. One of the sentries goes down. Hot pickup. Ruff actually microing pretty well here. He's got to watch that overstim, though, as he continues to take this fight. That Immortal, Big Daddy. All right, shield's been triggered. Triggered! Focus it. It goes down. Marauders laying waste to the Stalkers here of our green Protoss player. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. And I think Ruff's got this game in the bag. It's going to wreck the Stalkers. GG. That's the fancy thing observers do to try to make you think that they're cool. Wins game number 1.